Now, one of the things that Robert and I talked about when we were in Vegas was that Marvel showed us this entire scene from Avengers Endgame. And we talked to you guys a little bit about it. Well, I said at the time, I feel comfortable talking to you guys about this because I believe they're going to ultimately release this as a promo clip. And sure enough, today I checked and they have. The Let's Go Get Thanos clip has been dropped. Now, in this clip, what we see is it's the scene that we talked about in a previous video. It's the scene where the Avengers are gathered, or, amongst those who are left, minus Tony, by the way, are all gathered around talking about, okay, we've discovered that Thanos has used the stones again. We think we have a location for him. And everybody's like, okay, let's go get him. And the plan is just simple. Let's go get him, get the stones, use the stones to undo whatever Thanos did. And somebody says, just like that? And Cap goes, yeah, just like that. Then they have this discussion and debate, and Rhodey's like, well, whoa, time out, we tried this before, and Banner's giving some cautions and all this kind of stuff. It's a good, solid scene. It kind of lays out the whole plan that the Avengers are going to have, and the plan is really quite simple. Let's go get Thanos, get him to use the stones to undo what he did. We got all of us here now. We've got Thor with us. We got Captain Marvel with us. Let's go kick his ass and do this. And Rob, if nothing else, only seeing this scene, we talked about this when we were in Vegas, but seeing this scene only kind of solidified for me that theory that we've had that there is going to be a big confrontation with Thanos in the first act of this film, maybe even the first half of the first act of this film, that they fail. For whatever reason, whether they can't overcome Thanos, which I don't think is going to happen, or because they do take on Thanos and Thanos goes, hey guys, no more stones, the gauntlet doesn't work anymore, or something that leaves our heroes in a place of utter despair. There is no hope. And then later Scott Lang comes out of the quantum realm to give them new hope. Anyway, that's what I got out of this spot in this trailer. So Rob, just once again, quickly, give us your thoughts on this spot. And then what, if any, theories and stuff like this, does this spot solidify? And does this spot kind of destroy for you? What did you think?
Well, first of all, this is about half as long. The clip that they released it's like half as long as what we saw. What we saw was much longer, and I thought, it's still great that they released it. But I love this scene a lot because, and I also heard this weekend, I watched the Avengers Endgame press conference, and I didn't realize that Brie Larson shot all of her scenes as Captain Marvel for Endgame before she shot her scenes for the Captain Marvel movie itself. I didn't know that.
Interesting.
So it's going to be really interesting that we're going to get the Russo's vision or version of what Captain Marvel was supposed to be predates what we got in the movie. So I thought that was cool because she seems much tougher and much more confident in the Endgame clip.
Which makes sense because in Endgame, it's decades later. It's decades after she got her power. Right.
It really worked. I think it's really working. But I think you're absolutely right. I think they're going to go to Thanos wherever he is. We hear from Nebula that it's in the garden. This place that he was planning to always go to was the garden, which was obviously the planet we saw at the end, or wherever the location is at the end of Infinity War. I think they're going to go to him. There's probably going to be a big battle. Probably maybe it'll outdo Civil War. I don't know, but I think they're going to get their asses handed to them. And
really?
Thanos is like. I think they're going to get defeated, or you know what? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they defeat Thanos, and Thanos is but I don't think so. I think they're going to fight him, and they're going to realize there's no gauntlet to take, or maybe they stop fighting in the middle before they deliver the killing blow, or, like I've said before, they actually kill Thanos. They kill him. They kill him. There's nothing wrong with the gauntlet's useless. And they're going to be like, see, Gilbert thinks they're going to kill Thanos too. They're going to kill Thanos. They've got no gauntlet, and they're empty-handed. They leave the garden or wherever they are empty-handed, and then the true despair sets in. The Avengers realize they are truly soundly beaten and demoralized, and maybe that's where a big time jump occurs. Maybe that's where we see 3 years in the future, and it takes Scott Lang that much time. And that's where we see the world really go to shit. Because somebody said that they showed a clip at this press conference where they established that it opens 22 days after the end of Infinity War. So everything is fairly new. We're 3 weeks after the decimation. They got a plan. They're going to go execute it. And then it all goes to hell and the world goes to hell. And it isn't until years later when Scott Lang shows up, he escapes from the quantum realm, and they can start again. They have another plan. That's what it seemed like to me.
There's two interesting options here. One, I think maybe they defeat Thanos, because if they defeat Thanos, that opens up the door to your theory that there could be another villain. If Thanos kicks their ass, then Thanos is the villain throughout the whole film. I mean, I think that just goes without saying. If Thanos defeats him soundly, so I think they defeat Thanos in that first fight. However, one thing that goes to your point, I think, is I've also believed that Captain Marvel has pretty much been unmatched as she's traveled throughout the universe doing her thing, and she comes back and we see in this scene she's supremely confident. Let's go get Thanos. I'm going to go kill Thanos. You couldn't beat him before? That's okay. You didn't have me. I think there may be a little bit of a butt whooping coming for Captain Marvel to kind of be her first real taste of loss, her first defeat, right? And then she's got to deal with that. Like, wait a minute, I thought I have the power of an infinity stone in me. I thought I couldn't be beat. So there's a couple of very interesting ways that they could unroll this. There's a couple of very different philosophies they could approach with this. So I don't know. I think it's fascinating. There's a lot of things. Guys, what do you think about this? After watching this clip that's online now, what has it done to your theories? What has it strengthened? What has it weakened? Where do you think they're going to go from here? Jump into the comments section below, or use the super chats for us to talk about afterward. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of you guys who want to talk about this stuff. So jump down there and let us know your thoughts.